Hello everyone, this is Andrew Salmirai from JNation 2024, and with me I have Andy and Martin. Welcome guys, so please introduce yourselves.
So hello, my name is Martin Stefanko. I work as a principal software engineer at Red Hat, mainly on Quarkus. And yeah, I'm also leading a Java user group in Brno in Czech Republic. I'm a microprofile committer and I'm writing now a book called Quarkus in Action.
Okay, Andy.
Okay, so I'm not yet working, writing a book, but I'm also in the Quarkus team. I've been there for 5 years, working at Red Hat as a principal software engineer. And in the Quarkus team, I'm focusing on the web stuff. I'm team lead of the web part.
Great. So you folks have just had a session, I believe, here at JNation. This is your first time at the conference. What is your impression of the event so far?
Amazing. This is one of the best conferences that I attended. Really, organization, the venue is amazing.
The venue, just the room, and it has so much vibes, feels amazing.
And people are great.
Yeah. Were you happen to be at one of the large rooms, or you were at the church, which is another special room?
Church, actually.
Yes, close to here there is a no longer consecrated church that it can use as a room. So the acoustics are impressive.
Yeah, I know that there is the church, but we were in Mountain.
Yeah, the one with the wooden structure, and it's really long. Yeah, it has a strange feeling to talk in that kind of room, right?
Yeah. Well, we didn't see everybody in the room, but definitely it was packed. So this was great.
It's a very long room. So your session was specifically to Quarkus, I believe, right? So what did you show about Quarkus in this particular session?
So we wanted to do a session about the development joy or development mode that we have in Quarkus and how it can enhance your day-to-day productivity. And also with Andy, we created a really cool game that the whole audience could play. So that was very interactive and very competing. So it was very fun.
Yeah, and with the game, we actually decided who won the free books and everything. That was pretty nice.
I actually got some free codes for our book, so the top 5 players win actually the free copy of the book.
Okay, so hold on a second. So you were developing the application on stage, and the attendees were able to play the game while you were doing your presentation and win the book.
After we finished implementing the part that we added on top, then they played, but more or less, yes.
Yeah. And at the beginning, you play with one version, and in the end, you play with another version that is updated with the live code we made during the demo.
All right, perfect. So what is unique about this set of technologies that you chose? Why will someone would like to use the same set of technologies for implementing a solution in production?
Well, in my opinion, Quarkus is really covering everything that you basically need. Also, really a front-end technology which you can still keep kind of in the back-end. So even if I'm very bad with front-end technologies, my JavaScript skills are very bad, and then I really feel that I will be able to create some kind of very nicely looking front-end, even if I'm really usually finishing on the REST APIs.
Yeah, it makes the developer life easier. It removes all the boilerplate and what you don't need to do to just focus on coding and making cool apps. And that from development to production, which I think is important too.
Okay, so what choices regarding web technologies were used, or what would you recommend for someone that is getting started to use Quarkus and trying to get into this area as well?
Okay, so I will say it really depends on what you're trying to build. It doesn't change the stack that users are actually using creating their web apps. They could use React or Angular, or they could use MVC, Model View Controller, with server-side rendering. So with Quarkus, you really have the choice of what you want to, depending on what you want to build, you go from one way or the other.
Okay, so I know that Quarkus implements some of the standards from Jakarta and microprofile mostly, right? And does Quarkus have any relationship or any support for JSF as well? Because that happens to be the standard view technology coming from Jakarta.
Yeah, we do have support for JSF, yeah.
Actually, yes, because people ask.
Yeah.
People ask for it.
You have a really big range of possibilities, and you just need to pick the right one for your project.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much. So is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience?
Well, I don't know. Come to JNation, definitely. This is one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
best
course.
events that I got the opportunity to attend. And yeah, if you give a shot to Quarkus, you can find us on the internet. We are willing to help.
Ask a question. Don't hesitate. Like we here, submit issues if you have problem. Yes, submit issues because if you have a problem, you need to submit it. We will fix it, or you will fix it yourself. That's what's good also about community work.
Yeah, so the good thing is that Quarkus is an open source project,
Yeah.
and so you folks happen to be in a position where you can contribute to open source as part of your daily work. So how do you feel about that? So, I mean, working open source in general?
Will you answer that one? Or?
I don't know. I didn't know anything else. This is actually still my first job for 9 years. So, for me, I don't really understand how somebody is not doing open source.
Yeah.
It's so much more powerful. You can achieve way much more.
Part of the company, like on every company, part of the code should be open source. Like the part of the
If you
code
can
that
do it, yes.
is not like doing the business of that particular company, this should be open source that we can share, and use also open source software and contribute to the. I think this is good for companies because then you just share the common base and you work on your stuff, right?
But we should also mention that Quarkus is probably one of the fastest growing open source project that we had. It's not the same for every technology that we have, but in Red Hat we keep everything open source. But Quarkus community just over exceeded our expectations. So many people want to contribute that we needed to create a separate organization on GitHub, so people are actually maintaining their own extensions because just compiling the main Quarkus repository, which is over 1100 modules now, it takes forever on my machine. So,
Yeah, it's funny because in the end of the talk, many people came and are saying I'm actually currently switching to Quarkus. Oh, I'm switching to Quarkus. So yeah, I think that's cool and come and try it.
Yeah, another thing that I can see from your t-shirts, definitely nice t-shirts about Quarkus, and then this one is for those people that have helped the release of Quarkus 3.0, and helping means submitting patches for test cases, for production code, for documentation, guys, anything that goes along to make that particular release of Quarkus. So I hope this has been happening for the last 3 releases. I got Quarkus 1.0 and Quarkus 3.0. I didn't get to 0. I didn't contribute. But if you want to contribute and you want to get a cool t-shirt like this one, get ready, send patches, open issues, engage with the community. The Quarkus team is very open. There's a lot of things that can happen around the framework.
You can learn too at the same time. I mean, this is a good learning opportunity too. To contribute on Quarkus.
Yeah, that was actually a very good point. Just if you open a PR, basically you just list the contributor, so it doesn't really matter what you will be helping with. Even fixing typos in documentation is, in my opinion, very important.
Are fixing typos and getting t-shirts.
Yeah, but
it's all right. It's a contribution. Yeah.
It's still a contribution.
It's still a contribution, exactly. So you get that nice, funny, fuzzy feeling of helping out others. It's not just yourself, but the community. And depending on the size of the contribution, you can get more and more and more, of course. But you can also get a nice t-shirt at some point. So thank you so much for sharing, Andy and Martin. Thank you for having here. And everybody else, I'll see you next.
Bye-bye.